Hello everyone, welcome to LICD lecture 12B. Today's topic is digital to analog converters using I to V concept, that is current to voltage conversion concept. So let us see this circuit. This is my 4-bit digital to analog converter. Here I have my op-amp powered with a plus or minus VCC supply. Here is my output terminal. The non-inverting terminal is connected to the ground. We have a feedback resistor connecting the inverting terminal and the output, which is given by RF. Its value is 1 kilo ohm. The current flowing through the feedback resistor is called as IF. And here I have some 4 switches. Can you see these green color things? These are switches. So basically it can be either connected to the ground or it can be connected to the plus phi DC reference voltage. So we are naming these bits as D0, D1, D2, D3. That means D0 to D3 can either be 0 or phi. So basically they are called as digital bits. And D0 is tied to R1 resistor, current flowing through R1 is I1. D1 is tied to R2 resistor, current flowing through R2 is I2. D2 is similarly, D2 and D3 are tied to R3 and R4, where the current flowing is I3 and I4 respectively. So these are my switches. So this is my 4-bit D2A analog converter circuit. Now let us analyze this one, little in deeper manner. So here we have I minus equal to 0. That means no current flows into the op-amp terminals. Now we assume that first let us go over here. Yeah. So we assume that the D3 to D0, out of D3 to D0, my D3 is the MSB bit and my D0 is the LSB bit. So I hope that you know this concept about most significant bit and the least significant bit. For example, if you have a binary 4 bits, you write it in the form 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 0. So this 0, 1, 2, 3 are my weights basically. So if it is 1, 0, 0, 1, in decimal it is read as 2 raised to 3 is 8 and 2 raised to 0 is 1. So that is the decimal 9. So hence we can say that D3 is my MSB and D0 is my LSB. So here in this circuit, my D3 to D0 are my 4 digital inputs which can assume a value either logic 0 or logic 1. So logic 0 means 0 volts, logic 1 means 5 volts. Whereas on the counterpart, the output over here is an analog quantity. So our V out is the analog voltage. It can take any value between 0 and reference voltage. Now here in this case, the reference voltage is phi. It can be either more or less. Okay. So let us go back to our circuit. So here we have assumed something a little strange. Let me just make it as 20. No, 18 will do, I guess. Yeah. So here we have done something strange. We have assumed that R1 is 10K, that's fine. R2 is R1 by 2. That is, if R1 is equal to 10 kilo ohm is equal to R2 will be R by 2. So R2 is 5 kilo ohm. R3 will be R by 4. That is 10 divided by 4. That is 2.5 kilo ohm. Let me maximize this a little. And R4 will be R divided by 8, which is around 10 kilo ohm divided by 8, which is 1.25 kilo ohm. So what we have done is we have selected the resistors R1 as R upon 2 raised to 0, R2 as R upon 2 raised to 1, R3 as R upon 2 raised to 2, and R4 as R upon 2 raised to 3. So these are my 4 resistors. So they are decided based on the weight attached to the binary bits, binary digital bits from MSB to LSB. So that's what I have explained this concept of the weight. So that's what they are allotted to. Okay. So because the weights are attached to the binary digital bits, it's also called as a weighted D2A converter. Now in this circuit, D3 is connected to supply, the reference supply. D2 is grounded. D1 is connected to plus phi DC reference supply and D0 is grounded. So basically we have 1 0 1 1. That means D3 and D1 are plus 5, that is logic 1, and D0 and D2 are logic 0. So they are either connected to either plus 5 or minus 0 volts via switches. So let's understand this circuit now in little more clarity. So we'll consider only D3 bit, rest all will put it later, add it later. So if we exploit a little bit I2V converter concept over here, we will be able to get the answer very easily. So let us concentrate on D3 bit. Right now D3 bit is plus 5. So this diagram I have drawn it only, ignoring all the other resistors. Right now I am only focusing on R4. That's what I've drawn the circuit over here. Okay. So in this, my D3 bit is plus 5. R4 is 1.25 kilo ohm. We need to find I4. So current I4 flows through R4 resistor, and that is given by I4 is given by 5 volts minus V minus upon R4. We know that V plus terminal is connected to ground, so V minus terminal will be virtually grounded. So hence V minus terminal will also be approximately equal to 0. So I4 will become 5 divided by 1.25 kilo ohm, that will be 4 milliamperes. So this I4 equal to 4 milliamperes current flows through the resistor RF. This is possible only if D3 bit was present. Okay, and also we can write I4 as V minus minus V out upon RF. So V minus is 0. So I4 will be minus V out upon RF. So V out will be minus I4 into RF, which if you calculate, you will get 4 milliampere into 1 kilo ohm. That will be minus 4 volt. So this is how your I2V conversion comes into handy in such cases. So this I have explained for D3 bit. Similarly for D2 bit, basically D2 bit we have a ground only connected tied to the ground. Let us check. Yeah, D2 bit is connected to the ground, so we can directly safely assume that the current flowing through entering that will also be 0 only. So there is no contribution of I3 towards V out. As we have seen D3 bit, similarly D1 bit is connected to plus 5. So the current I2 flows through the resistor R2, and it is given by, I2 will is given by 5 minus V minus upon R2. So that will be 5 volts divided by 5 kilo ohm. That will give you I2 as 1 milliampere. So this 1 milliampere flows through the resistor RF if only one bit is present. So if only D3 bit is present, this will happen. And how can we write I2 also as? So I2 can be written as, I2 is current flowing to this resistor RF also. I2 can be written as V minus minus V out upon RF. So V minus is 0. So I2 will be minus V out upon RF. Hence my output V out will be minus I2 times RF, which will be minus 1 milliampere into 1 kilo ohm, that is equal to minus 1 volt. So again, this is how the I2V conversion is utilized. Now let's club this information together and make it some more meaningful. So if we consider all the digital bits together, that is D3 to D1, then by applying KCL at node V minus. So what does the KCL says? KCL says I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 is equal to sum of outgoing current, which is IF plus I minus. Yeah, that's what we have written over here. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 is equal to IF, and I1 and I3 are 0. I4 and I2 are 4 and 1 milliampere. So IF will be 5 milliampere. Now this current over here, this current 5 milliampere flows to this resistor. So IF will be equal to V out, V minus minus V out upon RF. Okay, that's what we have written here. IF is equal to V minus minus V out upon RF, where V minus is 0 because of virtual ground. So I minus will be minus V out into upon RF. So V out will be minus IF into RF, which will be around 5 volts. So this V out equal to 5 volts is my analog output. This means that this conversion means that we have converted D3 to D0, that is 1010 digital bits into 5 volts analog output. So that's what we have achieved with this information so far. So for the corresponding value of 10 D3 to D0 as 1010, the output is showing around -5. Yeah, -5. So now we have a reflection spot. In a reflection spot, we'll go to the LT-SPICE simulation and verify the concept in LT-SPICE and check out the simulated values. Okay, so let me open up the window for LT-SPICE. So I have already made this application of I2V converter, 4-bit DAC, digital to analog converter already made ready for y'all, and this is the short description. Y'all can go through it. It is the same thing as written in the OneNote PDF. So here we have selected the registers R1 as R. The same information is given actually. Let me just open up my op-amp over here, the circuit, and let me just compare it with this diagram so that you will get to feel that this is the same thing. Yeah. So this is my diagram to my left. It's a 4-bit, oh, sorry. It's a 4-bit digital to analog converter. Okay. And this is the same circuit as you can see over here. Let me just reduce the size. Yeah. It's the same on the left hand side, or on the right hand side, we have done it the same thing in LT-SPICE. So if I expand it a little, yeah, this is my R1, R2, R3, and R4 given as 10K, 5K, 2.5K, and 1.25K. RF is around 1 kilo ohm. The op-amp is selected as OP07. And here we don't have switches. I mean, we have switches, but we can, this is much easier. We can manually rotating between +5 reference volt and 0. So we can do that easily, not much, effort it will take. And these are my bits D3, D2, D1, and D0. So now let us concentrate on LT-SPICE and consider this case wherein I have 1001. So let me open LT-SPICE. Let me maximize the screen. Yeah. So we are ready to do the changes now. So our case is D3 bits should be 1, logic 1 basically. D2 bits should be 0. D1 will be logic 1 and D0 will be again connected to logic 0, that is 0 volts. So here logic 1 means 5 volts and logic 0 means 0 volts. And D3 is the MSB and D0 is the LSB bit. So that much information you should have. Okay, now let us simulate this. Right now it is that condition only. We have 5 volts applied to D3 and D1. Rest D0 and D2 are grounded. I mean connected to logic 0. So let me simulate this. So I'll go to simulate, I'll go and run. Yeah. So what are we supposed to get in the, let me check it. So here we were supposed to get V out as -5. Let me just bring out this table now. Okay, now let us see the results now carefully. So here we were getting V out as, we should get around -5 and we are getting around 4.9999. So as you can see clearly over here. Next is, let me just minimize this and expand it from here. Yeah. Next is the current I1 is 0. As you can see, picoamperes. Current I2 is close to 1 milliampere. Current I3 is also 0 because it is nanoampere, very small. And current I4, which is supposed to be 4, it is 3.9999 milliamperes, which is quite accurate. And my output voltage, which is supposed to be -5, it's coming out to be minus 4.9999 volts. So this circuit is working very well with one combination. Now let us check. So this is the way, by using the I2V converter, we can convert the digital data into analog voltage. Okay. Now since there are 4 bits, there will be 2 raised to 4, 16 combinations of digital input. For every unique digital input combination, you have an analog output available for us. So now let us check for 2 more cases. Let us randomly check. Let's say we make it as 0 1 1 1. So basically D3 bit will be 0, D3 bit will be 0, and rest all the bits will be 1 1 1. So let us do that in LT-SPICE. D3 bit will be 0, so let me take a scissor and mark it over here. So this is 0, and I have to remove the ground from here, ground from here, add over here the label as V reference. So we have added the label V reference over here. Here also we have added. So right now the condition is D3 is 1, D3 is 0, rest all the bits are 1. So it's 0, 1, 1, 1. Let me simulate this. Okay. So we are getting around minus 3.499, which is close to minus 3.5. Let us check in the table. So 0, 1, 1, 1, we are getting minus 3.5. As you can see, in a simulated value also, we are getting minus 3.4999. So, that's quite matching. That's very good actually. Now let us see that you know, all the bits are 1. Let's consider all the bits are 1. So let me just delete this. Oh, sorry. So I'll delete this ground and I connect a V reference, which is 5 volts. So let me right click over here and let me write over here V reference and I place it. So in this scenario, now all the bits are 111. So I'll get the maximum output V out, which is around minus 7.5. Let us cross check. So for 1111, we are getting around 7.5. So it's correct. And as you can see, for every 1 bit change, that is for every 1 bit change, our voltage is analog output is changing by 0.5 volts. So that is basically the increment step, the step size over here. So every one change in the value of binary bit over here, digital bit, we have a 0.5 increase in analog. So as you can see clearly, the analog can assume any value from 0 to minus 7.5, whereas the digital inputs will have either 0 or 1 for these unique combinations. Now let us explore further. Let us check the last thing over here. Why these currents are coming this way? Okay, now let us concentrate on this. Current I1 is basically 5 volts divided by 10k. So 5 volts divided by 10k is what? 0.5 milliampere. So as you can see clearly. Why we are doing this? Because why this is possible, because V minus terminal is virtually grounded. So that's how we can do this. Similarly, I2 will be 5 volts divided by 5, that will be 1 milliampere. I3 will be 5 divided by 2.5, that will be 2 milliamperes. And D3 will be 5 divided by 1.25 kilo ohms, that will be 4 milliamperes. So this is the way the 4-bit digital to analog converter using a I2V converter works. So that's a very wonderful application of current to voltage converters, which is very, very useful. So we have come to an end of our discussion today. Today's topic was digital to analog converter, and we have built up a 4-bit digital to analog converter, and we have verified its the different combinations. At least 3 we have verified different combinations in LT spice. So that's it for this today's topic. Next time we'll see some other topic using op amp. Until then, have a good day and thank you.